Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today we have a fun and extremely stressful video. Fun for you, extremely stressful for me. But since apparently I like letting you guys tell me what to do and you guys like to torture me, we're gonna do this. If you're new here, that is all complete sarcasm. Don't freak out. I had this idea on my own. So I am going to rank all of my Truly Me's. Now, I believe I have 21 of them. If I'm wrong, we'll figure it out in the end. I do really quickly want to say that I have one that I received as a gift from one of you, but she needs to go to the doll hospital, so I just haven't done it yet. Things come up, you know, and so she should be on display, but she's just not yet. So I'm going to write down all my Truly Me's, and then I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to use the randomizer to do this. Basically what that is it'll pit two items against each other, and then it will force you to pick between them, and it all comes out in a big list. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Some of these you will probably already know because they were featured in my top 13 dolls in my collection. So this is like my current, as of August 2023, my current ranking of the Truly Me's in my collection. Eventually the goal is to do this with the rest of the categories in the AG collection. So I think historical will probably be the hardest because that is my favorite line and I have every single historical American Girl there is. So that one might be last, but you can either vote down below, do you want to see me ranking my customs or the Girl of the Years next? And keep an eye out for polls over on my Instagram. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to write them all down and then we're gonna see how this goes. And I'm like really scared, but yeah, it's gonna be a great time. All right, I have 20, so we're starting with 20 and we're going to number 1. Now, I want to say, if your favorite Truly Me happens to be on this list, but she's at the bottom of my list, things could change. This could definitely change in the future. I tend to do these like once a year, so it's okay. And no, these are not my top 20 Truly Me's of all time. They're just me ranking my own personal collection. So because I am ranking my own dolls, nobody should get offended or their feelings hurt or whatnot. These are my dolls in my collection. So with all of that being said, let's start with number 20 and work our way from there. Number 20 is my 67. This is Simone, and I would like to also thank Kaya and Rebecca for being our little honorary hosts today. We're just gonna film it like this. So Simone was an impulse buy. I used rewards to buy her, and I got her in the dress with the blue jacket. So with my vision, I can't really tell if she's an older or newer Sonali mold. I haven't really done a lot of research on that. I know that's like kind of a thing a lot of collectors like to have, is the original 67 with the original Sonali mold. So that is something I cannot actually distinguish. So I'm not quite sure. If you guys know, please let me know down below. I would gladly accept the help. So is she a terrible doll? Absolutely not. She has such an incredible wig. I do love it. And I used to take her, like I used to take a ton of pictures of her, but she does have one of those wigs where I do not, you know, travel with her or, you know, take her a lot of places or outside because I want to keep the wig as intact as I possibly can. I will be contradicting myself with that statement way down the line, and if you understand that, you have been here for a long time. But I love her. She's cute. I would love this wig in a red, to be completely honest with you. I think you can get it through Create Your Own, but I don't want to spend too much time on each doll. But yeah, Simone is here. I think another reason I don't really connect with her is her name was originally Bindi Simone, and then I changed it to Simone Bindi, and she just, I don't know if I've ever actually bonded with her, but she's actually like named after Raven Simone and Whitney Houston, so that's pretty cool. At spot 19, we have number 81. So this is Esme, and Esme is important because half of Esme was purchased by a friend of mine. He gave me his rewards and then I paid for the other half for her. So I always think of him when I look at her, and then some other dolls in my collection. But anyway, yeah, she is named after Twilight. Let's get that out of the way immediately. She's got my favorite skin tone because it's my pale skin tone. So obviously she had to be named after a vampire, right? Anyway, I have nothing against this doll. Like, all of these are perfect. If I did not love each and every one of these dolls, they would not be in my collection because I would not have spent my money on them. And I've got a special bond with each and every one of them. Her, obviously, you know, where she came from and things like that. So she's cute. I love this wig. It is actually on my Yasmin, who is my most expensive doll. She holds that reputation. So I love this wig. It's one of my absolute favorite wigs. I have it in a more brushed out fashion on Yasmin, and then I have it in a more intact wavy curl fashion here on Esme. Number 18 is actually Tatiana. So Tatiana is one of my 3 newest Truly Me dolls. She was purchased at this year's benefit sale, and she was one of my holy grails for the longest time. And getting her, I really thought she would be my favorite of the 3, and she's actually my least favorite. Now, granted, this could change, and I haven't had her for very long, but I do always find her dark skin tone, no, not dark skin tone, oh my gosh, her dark hair, medium skin tone, and blue eye combination extremely gorgeous and unique to American Girl. Yes, she's just a simple classic mold, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I could not believe this when it all came down to it, but Ada, my number 40, is number 17. This doll haunted me for so long, and I finally found her. Now, she wasn't new in box, and I did have to wash her hair, so that kind of got rid of the hair flip. But again, just because I find a doll out of box does not mean I struggle to bond with them. You will see later on. But for some reason, I have her grouped with 2 other dolls, and they're sisters. They're not triplets, they're just sisters. But when I looked at them, I thought about it, I really, really did. And Ada, she is the one I've had for the shortest amount of time, so she could possibly go up the ranking later on. But Ada is actually the one that fell, you know, at the bottom between all 3 sisters, and I didn't want to put them in a row, so I kind of tried to space them out as best I could. And I just really, it's not that she's not cute, because she is so freaking cute, and if you have a number 40, you understand, and if you don't, get one. In spot 16, we have the youngest of the King sisters. So this is Kumi, she's my number 64. So I know I just said I tried to space them out, but I initially had another doll separating these 2, but I ended up moving her up 1 and Kumi back 1. She is named after the Bratz doll, so she's also a part of that little squad, because I have like little groups, and Kumi actually overlaps with the Bratz and then the King sisters. So this is 64. She was a gift from one of you, and she was actually brand new in box, and I will always treasure that moment forever, because never in my wildest dreams would I expect that someone would send me an AG doll, or anything rather, but let alone a brand new in box AG doll. I love her. Number 15 is Sasha. Now Sasha, again, is named after the Bratz doll, and she was the surprise doll from this year's benefit sale. I gave Koa a list of dolls I wanted, and I said if any of these are in there, second time you go back, just pick them up, and that is when she got me this one and another one which is higher on the list. So Sasha is the one, I'm not gonna lie, I was the least excited about, but she was definitely the one I was the most impressed by. So that's why I did move her up a notch, because I have bonded with her a bit more than Kumi in the short time I've had her. She is absolutely adorable. Her hair is very, very unique. This is Navy. So Navy is my 62, and she came from the Mattel store. Koa actually picked her out for me, and then I obviously paid for her, and then Koa shipped her to me. But the saga of my 62 from Koa was like a 1.5 year long thing, because it was just like, we just kept forgetting to be like, oh hey, I have your doll and I have your money. Like, it took her forever to arrive, but when she did, she was definitely well worth it. I think that American Girl made a huge mistake retiring this doll. Her wig is not my favorite, but it is the Sonali mold in this tan skin tone, because there's no other doll like this. You could only get this if you do the create your own, which I still don't have one of those because I'm extremely indecisive, but she's a super unique doll. I actually have, so Yasmin, again, my custom, one of them, she has 62's eyes. And if you've seen her, you know how beautiful those eyes are. So 62 is actually really nice. This sounds terrible, but her parts are really great for customizing. Lilith Clementine King is the highest ranking of the King sisters. This is my number 30. Now let me tell you why this one ranks higher. So initially I wanted 40 so bad, and I found the head for a 30, and she was in such bad condition. So I bought the head, and she spent like an entire summer just sitting in the sun, and I tried so hard to get everything off of her. She looks fine to me now. If she does have a few marks, I can't see them, so it doesn't bother me. She's actually on a Mia St. Clair body, so this isn't like a genuine number 30, but it worked. So I love Lilith so much. I love her hair. I love that the flip actually stayed intact when I washed her. All the different layers and everything. My favorite thing to do is I love putting her hair in a ponytail. It's not right now, but I love leaving that little flip out front. She is so cute. I never thought I would put 30 before 40, but I seriously, I love number 30 so much. This is Remy, number 79, sorry. I love this doll. She has that unique orange skin tone that I do not believe any other doll has. She is so stinking cute. She is a Jess mold, and a lot of people think she looks like Kanani. Okay, yes, so her and my Kanani happen to be cousins. So this is actually Remy, Kaylani, Akina. So she's really cute. Remy is really special for 2 reasons to me. 1, because I bought her from Allison, AG Primrose. And 2, because back when I moved, Remy's opening video kept my channel alive for like 8 weeks. So Remy is really important. Number 11 is my little Kiara. This is my 118. So she was actually purchased on release day with 110, whom I have since sold because I did not bond with that doll because of her hair. But anyway, Kiara, I wanted a lighter skinned enameled for so long, and there was no option unless you dyed the Nanea base, because the Nanea mold is one of several that is still not in the create your own generator. But when I saw her, I knew she would be the first one I would buy. I love her. Her name does come from the Lion King. Her face is so sweet. So now my Lucy, my Nanea doll, is not alone in her face mold. So she has a little friend. So I've got 2 Nanea molds and I'm obsessed with them. She is adorable. She's an honorary member of my little group, the Divas, because Kiara is actually nice and the rest of the Divas are just so rude. Only complaint and why she is not higher is there is some strange quality difference in the wavy curly hair that American Girl has released. So what that means is dolls who have hair like this one, and then like the revamped version of 33 and 61 and stuff, it's a different type of feeling. Now I do have dolls like Covey and the Hoffman twins who have straight hair and were released after that time, and they're fine. Like, I don't see any issues with that. But this one, I don't know if you guys can tell, it just seems, you probably can, it just seems like their hair is a bit more like frizzy, and I didn't realize that at first, but as time has gone on, it definitely has become more apparent, especially in my 110. But Kiara is one I don't take very many places. I don't think I've ever taken an actual photo of her. I think it's just because I want to keep her hair as intact as possible, but I'm not, you know, I love her. I really, really do. She was higher up. I mean, she looks really cute in pigtails, I'll tell you that much. But I don't know if she will continue to hold her own or if she will go up and down, up or down the ranking. I really can't tell you what Kiara's fate is at this point, but I do not see myself selling her, so that's probably what I can tell you. Ruby starts off the top 10. So this is my 85, and I love this doll. One of my favorite things about her is her wig. I love the cute little bouncy curls. I love when they've got these tight bouncy curls, like 26 and Claudie and 83. Like, I seriously just adore these particular bouncy curls. They're a little bit different than, say, Cecile Ray curls or 44 curls, but let me tell you, this doll is so photogenic that she's adorable. I love her, and I think Ruby in this yellow dress that she's in is one of my absolute favorites. Number 9 is Charlotte, and Charlotte is the revamped 33, so she's 102. I always want to call her 103, but I believe she is 102. This is a doll you guys probably don't see a lot, and this is probably a huge, huge shock to you. If you didn't know, I wanted Truly Me 33 for so long, and then I was like, oh, I'll get her, and then she retired, so that was just my fault. And then, like, I couldn't find her new in the box. So finally, when this doll came out, I was like, oh, good, and I can get the revamped version. Fake eyelashes don't bother me. So I actually bought her during a very, very special trip last December to Chicago, and it is one of my favorite stories to tell. Yes, she does have the type of hair I was talking about when discussing Kiara, but hers is a little bit, I haven't had her for as long as Kiara, but it might look a little bit rough because Charlotte happens to be on a shelf with 5 other Truly Me's whose hair kind of all look the same, and I hate it because they're all a little bit squished, but you know what can you do? I love her. I love the red hair and blue eye combination is my favorite doll combination ever. So, you know, I adore Charlotte. Number 8 is Mari. So she is the number 24. That was a huge surprise from my friend, yes, the one that helped me buy Esme. So she always just makes me think of him because I did not see this coming. I love this 24. She's adorable. Yes, her name is actually spelled like Marie, but it's pronounced like Mari because she's named after an Australian character on a TV show. So yes, that is where her name came from. And despite who she was named after, she's actually quite nice. I think so. I did have her and Tenny Grant, and I ended up selling Tenny. And yes, there are definitely similarities. You would think that someone like me, because I just love the long hair and stuff, would have preferred Tenny. But I seriously, 24 is adorable, and I wanted her for so long. Next up, we have London, and just to preface, she is wearing heels, so she's kind of stuck right now. That's why she looks a little bit weird. But this is 31, and she was my other doll that I got from the benefit sale. She is actually a perma panty girl, so you know, she is from that era, and she was my first one that I got in that like clear box, so that was interesting. But this doll, so I got her, I put her in this little getup here, and I've been obsessed with her ever since. Miss 31 here is absolutely gorgeous, and I completely recommend. She almost made the top 13 dolls in my collection. She was cut off because the next 6 you're going to see did make that video. So that is how powerful this doll is, because I got her, what was it, last month? I think they were shipped to me, I think, yeah. So I got her at like the beginning of last month or whatever, and she almost made out of my 70 some dolls. Like, that is just crazy to me. I love her so much. Number 6, Virginia, aka Ginny, my number 38. I searched high and low for this doll, and I scored her for $90. So that is like a huge accomplishment to me. Apparently her hair is cut a little, but I don't seem to notice any problems. Ginny is extremely photogenic, and a lot of you actually love her, so you know, like, it was only natural. She's a fan favorite, and she's a Kyla favorite. Kicking off our top 5, we've got Marjorie. So Marjorie is one of my newest additions. I found her this year, and yes, she is a number 4. And she is actually a little bit too tall for the shelf. So again, if she looks a little bit squished, it's because she's wedged in there. Anyway, I have a very complicated history with this doll. So I got back into collecting. I was like, wow, she's cute. Oh, she's retired and she's hard to find because people overcharge. Okay, fine. I don't really want her. No big deal. I actually ended up purchasing a custom number 4, who I did love at the time, and I still love her, but I did end up selling her actually. So because something came over me and I was like, you know what? I would much rather have like the actual number 4. And again, she has bangs. So another example, Virginia's bangs are a little bit thin, and then number 4s have these super thick bangs. And there's actually like 2 variations, but I can't really tell like which one mine is, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me. So I went ahead and I sold my custom 4, and I used that money to buy my original 4. I got her for quite a good deal, really good condition. Super, you know, she came with a different outfit, but she did come with her original Pleasant Company necklace, so she's really awesome. And she's actually named after the Taylor Swift song, so she's just, you know, so fun all around. Number 4 is my 61. So this is Lolita, and I love this doll. I will advocate for this doll probably until the day I die. I instantaneously fell in love. Again, she's got the red hair, okay? And I don't have too many red hair truly me's because there really aren't that many. Number 3 is 26. This is Ella. She is my other perma panty girl, and she, let me tell you, my friends, the Addie mold in this skin tone is exquisite. It's just like the Sonali mold in the same skin tone. And if you didn't notice, 26 and 62, their numbers are reversed, and they have very similar combinations, and they're both very unique, and they were both retired much too soon. I didn't originally like her. This happens to me. I don't originally like a doll, and then I like become obsessed with her, and I want her, and then I get her, and I'm like, I was so stupid. Kaya back there, case in point. So I didn't originally like her, but I was able to find her for a good price, brand new in box, actually from a friend of mine. So she's really special. I love her. Number 2 is Ainsley. This is my number 15, and I love her so, so much. Now, between her and number 4, we haven't officially decided which one we think is older, because obviously like manufacturing times, but I'm pretty sure this one is, or they might have been around the same time. But this doll is unique for a couple of reasons. One, she is one of the only dolls American Girl has ever created that does not have a part. There's only a couple other dolls that actually have that title. I know a lot of people think McKenna was the first one to actually not have a part, but if you really look back at the old Truly Me's before they were Truly Me's and all those other names, you can definitely see that there were quite a few that did not have a part. 15 is also extremely unique because she is the only light-skinned doll to actually have textured hair, and a lot of people have said, oh my god, her hair's so frizzy, what did you do to it, you need to fix it. No, her hair is beautiful, and she has one of my favorite wigs ever, and that's how it comes. I got her secondhand off of eBay and she was in perfect condition. I do so much with her, even though she is like one of my prized possessions. I have taken her places and I've taken photos of her outside and things like that. She is so fun. She is just, she's not tomboy, but she's a little bit edgy. She's definitely not in with the divas, I can assure you. But I love Ainsley so much, and she honestly was my holy grail forever. I seriously never thought, I thought maybe I'd get a 4. I never thought I would get a 15 because she's even more difficult. She's not rare, but she was not out for as long as a lot of the dolls. So again, that does make her, you know, people will price her in terrible condition for a super high price. Definitely wait, and you will find the deals that you want. You will find them. Patience does pay off. I'm always telling you guys, you have to be smart and patient. Those are 2 of my key things. And as you can see here with number 4, number 26, 62, and 15 here, it definitely paid off for me. You know me. If you've been here for a while, if you saw this doll get unboxed, this was no shock to you. This is Sienna, my favorite Truly Me doll. Not only in my collection, but of all time. This doll was the very first Truly Me doll I ever purchased or took out of a package. Because when I was a kid, you know, I only collected historicals, okay? So I had never had an experience with a Truly Me doll until this gorgeous doll was released. Now, remember all the way back at the beginning of the video when I said that curly wigs are just not easy to travel with? Well, Sienna could probably use a new wig. It's not terrible at all, but if I ever wanted it in pristine condition again, I could definitely get her a new 30, or oh my god, I almost said 38, 83 wig. But you guys, this doll is so special to me. I love her so much. Like I can't, she definitely falls in that category of, you know, like Opal and 35th anniversary Kirsten. She's definitely on that level. She was ranked 3rd overall in my top 13 AGs in my collection video behind those 2 dolls that I just mentioned. I cannot tell you how much I love her. I recommend this doll so much. And then when I found out she retired much too soon, and I'm like slightly bitter about that, but it's fine. And yes, there is kind of like a different modified version of her. What I mean by that is the Marie Grace doll with the gray eyes and the wig that's a bit similar. She's 115, yes. She's kind of one that I want, but again, I'm a little bit hesitant due to the new quality of the wigs, but Sienna does remind me of that doll a little bit. But seriously, I love this doll. This doll is absolutely incredible, and I cannot stress enough, if you ever find her, you need to pick her up, honestly, just for the wig alone, to be completely honest. That was quite a fun and extremely grueling process. And guess what? We're going to do it all over again, and you guys get to choose. Next, do you want customs or girl of the years? We're saving the historicals for last because that's probably going to be the worst thing I've ever done. But let me know in the comments down below. Also, keep an eye out for a poll over on my Instagram when I get closer to filming that video. If you have not already, give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to join the fam, and tap that really cool notification bell so you know the exact moment I post a new video. Have a blessed day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye, everybody.